Some people chase freedom like it's a finish line, but for me, it came quietly, like a whisper I almost missed. I'm not a preacher or a leader in the public eye. I'm a writer, a listener. I spend my days behind the scenes, in coffee-stained notebooks, in quiet counseling rooms, in long walks where I talk more to God than to people. And what I've learned is this: freedom doesn't always shout. Sometimes it simply invites you to stop pretending. I remember one woman I counseled years ago, Maria. She came to me carrying years of invisible pain, 3 miscarriages, a silent marriage, and a quiet soul full of questions no one dared to ask out loud. One day, she asked me, "Do you think God still sees me as whole?" She wasn't really looking for an answer. She just needed someone to sit in the ache with her. And that's when I realized, freedom isn't always about breaking out. Sometimes it's about being seen, right where you are, and knowing you're still worthy of love. The world teaches us that freedom is loud, bold, unapologetic. But in my life, and in Scripture, I've found something different. Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." Not hustle harder, not be stronger, just be still. And I'll be honest, stillness was hard for me. I used to think that being quiet meant being weak, that if I didn't prove my worth, I didn't have any. But here's what God taught me. You don't own freedom, you return to it. Back to the truth that you are loved, that your softness is not a flaw, that healing can happen in quiet rooms with no applause. Some chains we wear are loud, addictions, fear, shame. But some are subtle, perfectionism, people-pleasing, the pressure to always have it together. Those chains weigh just as much. And so today, I want to speak gently to you, that if you are that person who feels trapped, tired of fighting to be free, if you are that person who feels, is this what life is, just surviving? Here's the truth. Healing begins where hiding ends. Freedom is not found in running from pain, but in walking through it, with Christ by your side. The Lord doesn't need you to be perfect. He just asks you to come, as you are, even if your voice shakes, even if your healing is slow. Take a deep breath. Ask God, where am I still bound? And let Him lead you, not with force, but with peace. Back to the truth. You were never created to survive in chains. You were created to live in grace. And sometimes, the most powerful act of faith is simply to be still and believe that's enough. Freedom doesn't always look like a breakthrough moment. Sometimes, it's just a deep breath in the middle of the mess. Sometimes, it's saying, I don't have to carry this alone anymore. I've learned, through my own quiet battles and gentle healing, that real freedom isn't about changing your circumstances. It's about changing how you see yourself. Through the eyes of a God who has never left you, never shamed you, and always calls you back home. So, if you're tired of running, if your soul is aching for peace, maybe it's time to stop striving and simply be still. Maybe it's time to trust that the chains you've carried, they were never yours to keep. You are already loved, already seen, already free. Now, walk like someone who's been set free, even if it's just one small, brave step at a time. If this spoke to you today, I'd love to hear your heart. Leave a comment below. Tell me, what are you ready to release? And if you know someone who's quietly struggling, gently share this with them. Because sometimes, freedom begins with a whisper and a friend who understands. Until next time, be still, be gentle, and let grace lead. If these words echoed in your soul, don't let the journey end here. Subscribe and let's walk this path of purpose and reflection together and look beyond the horizon. Thank you.